now. I said it a little too early before.
Now's the game.
Now's the game. We're going to get into the meat and the potatoes, the game of the weekend. We have the Texas Longhorns going to Ohio State, taking on them Buckeyes. Noon kickoff. Everyone knows the storyline of this game. Heisman Trophy contender Arch Manning will make his third career collegiate start. He played in 10 games last year, started 2 of them, and he made a couple brief appearances when they played the Buckeyes last year, had an 8-yard carry. But this is going to be a big test going into Ohio State, taking on these Buckeyes in the Week 1 showdown. Jeremiah Smith, probably the best receiver in college football, has returned to Ohio State. He will still be there. And he is poised for an absolutely huge season. Quarterbacking Ohio State this year is going to be Julian Sayin. It's going to be his first career start. He is a sophomore. He took 27 snaps last year. Didn't have a ton of action, but it is his team in 2025. JD, we got the number 1 ranked team in the nation, the Texas Longhorns. We have the number 3 team in the nation, the Ohio State Buckeyes. What are you taking?
Yeah, man, this is just a fun game. This is an interesting game to break down, I think, in like 2 different ways. I mean, you have like the teams, the like selves, you have that breakdown, but then just the line, like just take everything else like away from actually that, and just trying to break down what this line says. To me, like that is also fun. But I'm going to wait and save that part till the end.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, just trying to share this out so everybody can.
I just did the same thing, so I understand that.
So everybody can get in here for it. Here we go. But okay, so it's like Arch time, guys. It is finally time. He is here. He is going to be the starter for the Texas Longhorns, and myself, and I'm sure like everybody, is very pumped to see what he can do.
Absolutely.
Just like Alpha said, though, man, this is a tough first road start.
Yeah.
This is a tough place to actually go and play. It actually really is. The thing that for him is that he can make plays. He's fun to watch. He can make plays, and he can do it with his legs also. And that's why, even though it is such a such a tough first road start, I do think that helps him out. That he's not just going to sit there just barely move and just kind of throw. Like, he's going to be moving around. He's going to be doing all that kinds of shit. No, Tater, he's not going to play like Peyton or Eli. Well, at least he's not going to stand there and just get hit.
That's all they did, Peyton and Eli. They just stood there and got hit, JD. Those the greatest.
Well, I'm just
great in Eli Manning.
I'm actually just saying, like, as far as how they actually play,
I'm teasing.
Yes, no. He's
mobile.
Yes,
he's mobile.
He is. He can definitely move. So these teams, just like we've talked about a lot of teams, they have a ton of new guys. Yes. Except when you look at all of these new guys, these are all like gonna be NFL guys. So that's where the difference is here compared to a lot of those other games. What I'm very excited to see is who has the edge between this new Texas offensive line and then the Ohio State defensive line.
Brand new Ohio State defensive line as well.
Correct. I think this game kind of hinges on that.
Yep.
Because that's the matchup that I'm ready to see. Because as far as this defensive line, they're just not going to be as good as they were last year. As far as like last year, they were great. And actually this line is like not going to be bad, but they're just not going to be as good as last year. And then just like you said, Ohio State, we have actually Sayin making his start. He is home, but against this Texas defense, though, it's going to be another tough start, man.
Yep.
It really is. The thing for him is that he has a wide receiver group that is as good as you could ever ask for.
Yep.
So that's the plus as far as for actually him. So through just the first little part of the breakdown, we've seen kind of an edge for kind of both teams here. Wow, that's a long comment. I can't read all that right now.
I read half of it and thought it was very quality, and it goes to what I'm
Okay.
going to be betting, so I'm going to be putting it up on the screen.
I guess I'm going to read it then.
It's going to cover my whole face. It's kind of weird. But he's very right about this, guys. Read it. Texas ranked 16th in the pass protection. Last year, the Buckeyes ranked second in pressure rate. Buckeyes lost 4 starters to the NFL, but Buckeyes are returning more experience, the best offensive players, and they have 2 to 3 studs on the defense. You're absolutely right with Caleb Downs, with Smith, and David is taking his Buckeyes. I can definitely respect that.
All right. Well, this is kind of what I'm looking at here. As far as the Ohio State defensive line, just like I said, I really don't think they're going to be anywhere as good as last year. The worry for me is in this game that they're not going to be able to get much of a pass rush, which is not going to be good. As far as the offensive line, as far as the defensive line, I think the Longhorns have the edge on actually both of those. Then we get down to Texas has been a very public dog. And they are the number 1 team in the country playing the number 3 team in the country. And the number 3 team has been favored. Now, when I broke this game down, when I started writing my notes, the odds had changed. Now, this is an actual pick'em game now.
The line is so weird. The line is so weird in this game.
So the line is down to an actual pick'em game. You know what? But what I was going to say is a lot of people are not backing Texas because they say they are a public dog. But this is why the line makes sense to me. Because you have to, when you're making a line, you have to put in home field. Now everybody for home field these days, if everybody, like I know as far as as far as in the like NFL for like ever, it was 3 points. Like everybody just gave 3 points. Well, these days things have changed. Just as far as all that goes. But as far as college football, as far as like 2.5, all right, there's what that would be an average home field. Now there's going to be some places where it's going to be less than that. There's going to be some places where it's going to be more than that. As far as playing at Ohio State, it's going to be more than that. I'm going to give them at least a solid 3 there. So when you're looking at this line, so say if you just look at where it is now, this is a pick'em line. So on a neutral field, you're saying that Texas is actually a 3-point favorite on a neutral field. And to me, that makes perfect sense.
I would agree to that as well.
So that's where the line, everybody was like, I don't want to back Texas, public dog, I want to back Ohio State. I just don't think that was a very good reason, because even where the line was at, if you take out the home field, you're still saying Texas is the little bit better team. So anyway, that's why the whole number 1 versus number 3 public sides, all that. That's why it all still made sense, because you gotta take in that home field there.
Yeah, one point on that, JD. I did want to add, when do you think the last time Ohio State lost a home game was? In general, any home game?
I'm not even sure.
2022 to get against Michigan, and that's a rivalry game.
Michigan.
And that's a big rivalry game. So you're absolutely correct. The home factor, especially in college, especially at Ohio State, is massive. It's massive.
You know what? David is making some good points, man. David is making some great points in the chat. Sorry.
We both clicked at the same time. It's so funny.
He said you have to deep dive into the coaching in this game. I totally agree, man. And that's my last point on this game. At the end of the day, as far as these quarterbacks, I actually trust Arch on the road here more. And I also trust this Texas coaching staff more, especially to make changes in the second half. That goes for the whole coaching staff, as far as actually like coordinators and actually everybody here. I think that they have a big edge there. So yeah, man, I honestly, going into this game, I did not think I was going to be on this side. But after breaking everything down, this is where I ended up at, and give me the Longhorns here.
Yep. I'm on the opposite side, JD. We are on opposite ones here. I'm on the Buckeyes at home. I do think they'll have a big performance at home. I think the home factor is absolutely massive here. Ohio State's not getting a lot of respect because they lost 8 of their 11 defensive starters, but the guys that they have kept are big, meaningful players, and some of the guys they brought in are absolute dudes and dogs in there as well. I think this game's going to be very close. This one's going to go very close. And yes, error there. You guys are right. It was in 2024. I read that one wrong. Was our last loss. And then the one before that was in 2022. So 2 home losses in 3 seasons. They've been fantastic at home. That was going to continue here. I think they're going to have a big performance, like I said. I do think Sayin is going to have a little bit of a tough first half. But I also think Arch is going to have a little bit of a tough first half. Speaking about the total in this game, a lot of people like the under. Everybody seems to love the under in this matchup, and I just don't feel that way. I know it's 2 defensively strong teams, but these are 2 phenomenal, explosive offenses. If I were to pick any total in this game, it would absolutely be the over 46.5. I've seen everyone and their mother post they're on the under in this game, not just in the chat here, but all over social media. I lean the over for sure. That's the only side I would play on the total. But when it comes down to the money line in my official play on this game, I am going to be taking Ohio State in the day game, in the noon kickoff, to have a massive performance. Everyone enjoy this game. We don't usually get to see a game like this early in the season, week 1, without a lot of notes on either team, without really knowing a ton about either team with all the transfer additions. Both these teams lost so many starters. So I love Ohio State in this game. I think the home factor is going to be massive, and that's absolutely what I am going to be playing here. JD, we're about to get into something I'm